everybody. Welcome to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
Hang on.
Craig Phelps will get some introductions here in a minute.
How about we try that again? Good evening and welcome to West Prairie Junior Senior High School for today's matchup between the Liberty Eagles and the West Prairie Cyclones. At this time, please rise, ladies and gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, and once again, good afternoon from West Prairie High School. Come on, Jason. As now we'll have the starting lineup first for the visiting Liberty Lady Eagles. Number 2, JC Blair. Number 4, Cora Schutte. Number 12, Maddie Gibbs. Number 14, McKenna Zanger. And number 21, Anna Wheelock. The Eagles are coached by Paul Fessler, assisted by Brennan Parkhill. And now the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, the West Prairie Cyclones. Number 2, Maddie Hood. Number 3, Grace Vanonik. Number 5, Madeline Sullivan. Number 10, Lauren Powell. Number 13, Lindsay Dunn. Cyclones are coached by Grant Bland. Officials for today's game are Brian Sullivan, Jared Hippen, and Wyatt McGrew. Good luck to both teams today. And now that the dirty work's done, we I know, folks, if you're hoping for the big, wild intro. Unfortunately, in the regionals, you cannot do that because you can't show favoritism for either of the two teams. So that's kind of why you got the button-down version, we'll call it. Hood tips it up, and West Prairie will have the basketball first as late Liberty breaks into a man-on-man as Sullivan goes down the near side to Dunn, bounce out to Vanonik, back to Sullivan. She'll fake. Try to probe her way in there, out to Grace Vanonik. She'll dribble in, shoot short shot. Yes! And it counts!
Can't start the game in a much better way than that, Greg. Vanonik able to penetrate the defense there, got to the middle of the paint, shot the float shot, got the foul. Chance to convert 3 the old-fashioned way, which she does.
And a good job by Grace Vanonik, because trying to help carry the scoring load just a little bit. As they'll dribble up the other way, it'll be Schutte dribbling with it, fires it cross court, works it over for Zanger. And now Schutte gets across half court, near pick by Powell, drives to the baseline, flings it out there. They thought shot fake, and a dribble there by Wheelock, and they'll bounce it on out top and rework it. Cyclones in a 1-2-2 zone, extending it all the way out to half court, trying to give a little pressure out there. Wheelock works it over for Schutte. Schutte holds. Comes down the corner, tipped by Vanonik, recovered by Wheelock in the corner. Bounces out. Now we'll work it around, swing it over to Schutte. Schutte down on the corner. Bounce down in the lane. Shot is up, and Lindsey Dunn will get the reach-in foul over the top. So we'll have free throws upcoming here. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Check out the TSSR Game Time live events presented on the big screens. Stop by JoJo's, 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell. First one is no good. And this, of course, the winner of this one gets to face Brown County, 6 o'clock on Monday night. Second one, no good, and the rebound chased to the corner. Finally scooped up there by Gibbs, and they work it out top, and they're going to call a hold on Madeline Sullivan as she and Blair were fighting for it. It'll be Eagle ball on the sideline. Liberty will trigger it in all the way out on the far sideline, right even with the spiking line. In it comes for Schutte. She'll dribble down, pass in the corner. Works it over there for Blair. Blair a couple of bounces with it. Back to Schutte. Schutte going cross court. Shot the three on the way in. Good by Wheelock. And so we are even at 3 apiece. Cyclones work it up. Grace Fanonic, thought shot, puts it down, dribbles, wheels, comes back to Sullivan. Sullivan back to Fanonic, nearly lost it, and now does, out of her hands, turns it over. 3-3, 6:15 mark of this first quarter of play. And it will come to Schutte. Schutte working back out there for Zenger. Zenger back over to Schutte. Schutte very patiently. Remember, you got that whole 10 seconds. Schutte going to drive down, goes into Hood. Hood with a nice stop. And Dunn ties it up with Gibbs. And it'll be Liberty basketball. Nice job there by Maddie Hood. Instead of the slide with her, just stood right there and let her bounce into her.
Yeah, and we know Hood has had trouble with that throughout most of the year, that foul trouble, but definitely did a better job there, standing straight up, able to force the miss.
Shot off the backboard, no good. And we've got another foul underneath. That's going to be on Maddie Hood this time. Oh, it'll be Zenger up at the free throw line. First one's on the way, and good. Liberty takes the advantage. 4-3. Second one is good. So it makes 2, makes it 5-3. As they will bring it up. And it's Sullivan over to Vanonic. Vanonic kind of wheels down, tried to give it to Powell, and Powell had it go off her fingertips. I love the acting job, John. That was Lauren was trying to act like she didn't touch it.
Definitely did. The Cyclones need to slow things down here a little bit, playing a little lazy so far.
They bring it across the timeline to Wheelock, picked up by Powell. And Wheelock will cross court at 3 on the way by Schutte is no good. Dunn out of there with the rebound. And now up to Sullivan. Sullivan coming down for Vanonic. Vanonic pulling it out of there. Back to Sullivan. Sullivan looking to give to Powell. Powell with it. Fakes. Couple dribbles down. Swings back the way, then lobs it cross court. Vanonic fakes the 3, drives baseline, goes to Hood. Hood shot on the way is good. Nice work on the by the Cyclones, John.
Yeah, Vanonic did a nice job penetrating the defense there along the baseline, was able to throw the nice jump pass over to Hood, who drilled the little short mid-range jump shot.
So all tied up here at 5. Wheelock going to drive into the lane. Hood, nice job stopping her. And we got a foul from behind. I believe it's on, well, Hood thinks it's her, but I think it may be Powell. It is Powell from behind. Already the third on the team on the Cyclones, the 4:47 mark of this first quarter play. But Wheelock up at the free throw line as she will shoot. First one, no good. And she'll spot up the second one. 5-5 tie. Free throw on the way, no good. Rebound fought for and pulled out of there by Gibbs. Gibbs has it taken away by Sullivan, and the Cyclones have a chance to take the lead. Sullivan toward the middle, kicks it out for Dunn. Dunn in the far side corner, out to Sullivan. She'll wheel back across the top. They're one out there, gets picked from Hood, and they're going to whistle Hood for the illegal screen. So that'll be her second personal in the ball game. A hat brand built on two staples, comfort and styling. Specializing in snapback trucker-style caps, check out the selection or consider customs to build your business at BarclayBillsCo.com. Don't let the hat rack fool you. There's always room for one more. BarclayBillsCompany.com. Wishing good luck to area athletes this season. Shooty working in the backcourt, fires it up, nearly had it stolen. And Lindsey Dunn deflects the pass there, recovers it, off to Hood to Vononic. Cyclones working it here, over to Powell. Powell shoots shot, got it. The dreaded long two, but John, that's a good thing. Cyclones are going to have to start to look to push it up a little bit. Yeah,
you could hear Coach Grant Bland on that last play telling his players to look up, push the ball down the court, and thought that should have been out of bounds there. Didn't call it. Ball ends in the hands of the Cyclones anyway. Here you go again, working the ball up quickly. Powell, another deep shot. Can't get that one to go.
And Dunn tried to chase it to the corner, and they're going to say that Gibbs stepped on the sideline. Now, Liberty doesn't go very deep, just two girls on the bench. And now subbing in for the Lady Eagles. As they bring it in, subbing in for the Lady Eagles would be number 1, Ava Hemming. And we've got an offensive foul. They're going to say Grace Vononic cleared out. Oh, it is. They're going to whistle a second illegal screen on Maddie Hood. That's her third.
Definitely not what you want to see if you're a Cyclones fan here early on in this one. Hood picking up her third foul there, and two of them coming on the offensive end. Got to get those feet set when you're setting those screens.
Zanger brings it, loops it up to Wheelock. Wheelock down the near sideline. Again up top, shot on the way, no good. Rebound chased down. Vononic's got it on the near side, and she'll look to push a little bit. There are secondary break opportunities available against Liberty. Vononic down, looks coming to the near side, bounces to Powell. Powell trying to extricate herself from a horde of Eagles. Has it poked away, and now coming back with it the other way is Hemming. She'll go up and blocked by Powell. Fight for it, and Sullivan fell on the inline when she went to get it, so it keeps it with Liberty. Bringing the ball inbounds will be Zanger. She bring it in. And that pass tipped and stolen away. They'll whip it out to Powell. Powell in a foot race. Hemming lays it up, lays it in, and the Cyclone lead is now 4. I give Liberty credit. They've done a lot of good work bringing the ball up. And we've got a reach-in foul on Powell. That is number 2.
I believe that one's going to put Liberty in the bonus here.
And we'll do that already with 2:42 left to go in the first quarter. Cyclones being a little bit grabby here. And Wheelock will set herself in at the free throw line. Shot is up, no good. And Lauren Bell snags the rebound. Bell trying to get out of trouble here. A couple of dribbles, hands out to Sullivan, and we've got a timeout called by Grant Bland. He'll talk things over, so will we. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Back here to action here. Do want to thank the fine folks making our broadcast possible, such as M&B Furniture. M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store, is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For high-quality home furnishings, stop and see the fine folks at M&B Furniture at 41 West Main Street, Bushnell, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in today's world. MTC Communications offers lightning-fast fiber, reliable fiber internet, video camera, and phone systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. That's mtccrowdfiber.com to check your availability. Pass by Vononic into Bell. Couldn't quite hang on to it. But overall, a great pass by Grace Vanonic.
Yeah, and we've seen her do that a couple times here, tacking out of the corner, driving by baseline, looking to get it to a post. As Mitchell Bell just wasn't ready for it, but definitely the right pass to make in that situation.
Done with it. She'll wheel it up top now and get a pick from Vanonic. Back cut to Powell. Powell wheels it out to Vanonic. And this is where the Bell going to put it up and on the way. No good. And back they'll come the other way as working it up will be Schutte in the corner to Wheelock. She'll pump the three up. That one, a low line drive. Vanonic down with the rebound. Powell with it. Evades the defender and is on the run now. In the lane she goes. Kicks it down to Dunn. Dunn a dribble. Goes up, gets it blocked. Vanonic gets it. She'll put it up and stick it home. 11-5. Schutte doing a good job of breaking the pressure over to Zanger. Zanger. They'll fire it over. Down to Wheelock again. Dribbles to the lane, shoot shot no good, and the rebound. Offensive foul drawn by Lauren Bell. She caught Wheelock with the charge. Second on Liberty. And Lauren Bell got a sub out. Haley Hendricks will come in. Little size underneath. And a little pressure on the inbounds by Liberty. They'll bring it back. Nice fake, and Blair kicks it out. Shot on the way by Schutte, no good. Hendricks had the rebound for a moment. Able to gather it in. Jump ball should be possession arrow to the Cyclones.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Liberty now up in a little bit of pressure, more than we saw earlier here in the first quarter. Definitely trying to speed the Cyclones up, make them make some unnecessary mistakes.
And the Cyclones having a little trouble getting it in. Now got it to Sullivan. Sullivan evading Zanger. Looks to drive in and very nearly double dribble with it to Vanonic. She'll come down the far side, slides in there, and she'll be fouled from behind by Hemming. And actually, not that she was doing it on purpose, but Haley Hendricks was doing a good job. She was posting up. So essentially clearing the road for Grace Vanonic to get to the basket. Vanonic, free throw is good. And Grace Vanonic's been a huge so far in the game. 12-5 lead for West Prairie.
Yeah, 6 points in this one already for Vanonic. Make it 7.
The Cyclones up by 8, 13-5. And now dribbling up, Hemming with a shot on the way off the backboard and good. And so first bucket in a long time, if you're keeping track at home. That was an 8-0 run by Liberty, or by West Prairie. And so a foul whistled on Cora Schutte. That is quickly their third. They picked up a couple pretty quick. Lindsey Dunn will bring it inbounds into Vanonic. Vanonic driving the lane, one-on-one, goes up, can't get it to go, and the rebound pulled out of there by Liberty. They'll come back the other way. Hemming, dribbling on the way, picks up her dribble, comes out top, and a fake. Blair wanted the three but didn't take it. Out to Schutte. Showed her a baseline, and Hendricks going to be whistled for the foul. 1-1. And that's one of those, the youngin', she's just a freshman, got to learn to get your fit over there and get it stopped and get it set before the player comes through. And another substitution for Liberty. Addison Gibbs comes in. Coming out, Maddie Gibbs. And again, remember, the Lady Eagles only have 2 subs. Schutte at the line. Free throw is no good. And that's, I got to say it, that's an opportunity Liberty has been squandering here, John. They've had a ton of free throws already and struggling to hit them.
Yeah, definitely something that you got to look for in this game, and it's really going to continue out through most of this first half. As we mentioned, they are into the bonus already. Cyclones with 18 fouls, getting close to that double bonus territory, so definitely something Liberty could work for. Shoot some free throws here. Get back in the scoring column.
Drives in, half hook is no good. The rebound snapped up by Blair, and she'll give it off to Schutte. There they go. 13-7 lead here, 7 seconds left in the quarter. And Hemming to Schutte in the lane, and jump ball called. Haley Hendricks. A wonderful defensive play. And it'll be Liberty basketball.
Nice job by the freshman down low. We just talked about get to that position, keep your feet set. Threw her arms, that was able to tie her up, got the jump ball. Nice play by Hendricks.
Did a nice job throwing her arms too far forward. I know somebody that's been after her about that. Now they bring it in Shooty, shoots the three at the end, and no good at the end of one quarter. 13-7, Cyclones lead it. Let's take this time out on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Skip adding detergent to every load with the Load and Go dispenser. Choose from models that hold enough for 20 to 40 loads, with select models even adding a second compartment for fabric softener. So clothes get the care they need, and you can skip adding detergent every time. The Load and Go dispenser, now available in 3 sizes. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
And back here, the Cyclones will have a lineup of Haley Hendricks, Madeline Sullivan, also Grace Vanonic, Lindsey Dunn, and Lauren Powell. As Cyclones will have the basketball to start the second quarter of play. Cyclones trying to bring it in. They'll bounce it into Hendricks. Hendricks looking for somebody, comes back to Sullivan. Sullivan will now dribble it to the far side. Wants to give it off to Vanonic. Now does. Vanonic looking to create a little action. Grace Vanonic just going to pull up for the three and says, I got you. Well, as Jerry Reed once said, when you're hot, you're hot. And Grace Vanonic ups it to a 9-point advantage. The Cyclones' largest shooting. Dribbles, kicks it out top. Zanger. Nice job, Grace Vanonic jumping out at her as they continue to work here. In the corner, Blair thought about the three. Powell jumped her. Dribbles down. Pass batted away, and Powell's out of there with it as she takes off up the court. Looking for helpers. Over to Vanonic. Vanonic wide open three. No good. And they'll pull it out of there as Zanger works it to Shooty, and Shooty comes back to the base. 7-minute mark, clock rolling quarter 2. A 16-7 lead here for the Cyclones. Wheelock in the corner. Okay, a little defensive help there by Hendricks and Dunn, and they get out of there. Sullivan down the sideline, wheels it out on the far side. She's trying to get it to Powell. We'll get over there now, wheels it back the other way, watching Vanonic cut through. Vanonic, another three, top of the key. It is no good, and the rebound snapped up there by Maddie Gibbs. It is Maddie Gibbs, Zanger, Shooty, Blair, and Wheelock on the floor for Liberty. And then nobody had Blair there in the zone, and the rebound put up and in by Addie Gibbs. She slipped past Hendricks. And a big bucket there by the Eagles. High 1-4 set here. They wheel it down again, looking for Powell out top. And Sullivan going to get bump blocked into or fouled by Blair. John, we're watching the Cyclones here, and they are really doing a good job working it back and forth, getting and actually the thing I'm more impressed with is the defense.
Yeah, the defense has been really good here for the Cyclones, playing that 1-2-2 zone. They've done a nice job closing out on shooters, and really the rebounding, which we've seen them struggle with at points during the year, has been pretty spot on to this up to this point in this game.
Sullivan to the corner, comes back out of there with it. And got a 5-second violation. That's one of these things. They've got to get them moving a little bit more, get some people open. Definitely got to get some people open here because that's what the risk you run. Shooty working against an extended 1-2-2. Zanger. Want to come back there, lobs it up. Hemming. Hemming back to Schutte. They work down to 5.5 left to go in the first half. Into Gibbs. Gibbs nearly had it picked away. Flings it back out over to Hemming. Hemming took a dribble and gets it to Schutte. To Zanger. She'll pop the top of the key three. Short. And the rebound, and Grace Vanonic hands out to Powell. Powell on the run into the lane. Goes up. Won't get it to go. And the rebound, Addie Gibbs out of there. And Schutte comes out of there with it. Quickly up to Hemming. Cross courts it on the way. Wheelock with the three. It is no good. And Schutte going to save it in bounds. Addie Gibbs with it to Zanger. Three no good. And the rebound, we've got a rebound foul. They're going to whistle it on Gibbs. And so that will be the 5th on Liberty.
Not sure if we got that on camera, but as Gibbs hit the deck, she did a little somersault in the corner.
And Sullivan recovers it. That's not how you draw it up, but it works. Sullivan breaking Addie Gibbs. Hemming tips it away from her. And a timeout called by Liberty. Coach Fessler not liking what he sees. Will step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
Skip adding detergent to every load with the Load and Go dispenser. Choose from models that hold enough for 20 to 40 loads. With select models even adding a second compartment for fabric softener. So clothes get the care they need, and you can skip adding detergent every time. The Load and Go dispenser, now available in 3 sizes. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
And we are back here, a 16-9 stalemate. And now coming the other way, Schutte brings it up to Hemming. Hemming back to Schutte, bounces in the lane for Gibbs. Gibbs bobbled to Wheelock to Zanger. Out to Schutte, she'll throw the three. It will not go. Rebound snapped up there. And they've got a jump ball as Haley Hendricks was able to reach her hands in there. So that was the 6 on Liberty. Next one puts the Cyclones in the 1 in bonus. Into Gibbs, pass is batted away. Hendricks with it. Back to Sullivan. As they bring it out top to Vanonic. 4:22. Vanonic thought about the three. They jumped right at her. And now Sullivan down the corner, out to Vanonic. Vanonic looking to go down the lane. Steps through. Shot no good. Rebound fought for. And Gibbs gets it off to Zanger. Schutte quickly up to Wheelock. Wheelock in the lane. Loops it up, no good. And fight for it. And they're going to say off of Liberty, out of bounds to West Prairie. As the laser, sorry, I was watching. I'm watching that play because that was something new that the Cyclones have done. Sullivan out top with it to Vanonic. She'll pump the three, no good. And Lindsay Dunn though with the rebound, threw it past Powell and out of bounds. He's going to stay with West Prairie. Nice job by Liberty to tap it out of bounds. Lauren Bell will check in. Haley Hendricks will check out.
Nice showing from the freshman Hendricks in this one.
Inbounds coming from, they bring it to a wide open Vanonic. She fakes, puts it down, gets over to Dunn. Dunn looking to go to the basket and threw it away. Wheelock out of there with it. Up to Zanger, over to Schutte. Schutte on the run. Been a little bit of a scoring drought here. Zanger up, looking to drive lane. Has it poked from behind. Bell out of there with it to Powell. And Powell races back the other way. Powell working it out top now. 3 and change to go in the first quarter. To Sullivan. Sullivan looking down the lane to Vanonic. She'll pump the three. No good. And the rebound batted around. Hemming's out of there with it. And she's on the run as Powell just ahead of her. Sullivan, nice job to catch up. Zanger open for a second. Out to Schutte. Holds it out to Wheelock. Wheelock spins out there to Schutte. Schutte on the way with a three, no good, and the rebound. Hemming able to chase the long board down. And Grace Venonic taps it out of bounds. Zanger looks to bring it in. Back to Zanger from Schutte. Wheeling it out here. And we have a celebrity, Chris Dewar, in the gym tonight, or today. Zanger dribbling, and we've got a foul on Lauren Powell. That's number 3. So decision time for Grant Bland.
Yeah, a lot of the Cyclones here starting to get in foul trouble. Powell with 3, Hood with 3. She's been sitting the bench here for the entire second quarter.
Zanger free throw, that one no good again. And back out of there with it comes Sullivan. Sullivan on the way now. Down to the near sideline. Puts it above her head, tries to get into Powell. Powell in the lane. Shot is good. Broke a long scoring drought between the two teams, and the Cyclones go up 18-9, 2:20. Second quarter, Schutte works it down to Wheelock. Wheelock looking to drive it in, can't get it. They bring it out to Schutte to Zanger. She'll fake. Near side shot on the way, no good. Bell another rebound, and off to Powell. Lauren Powell on the fly up. We go under 2 minutes left to go first half. Over to Venonic. Gives the look here. Down to Powell. Powell gets a screen from Venonic. Pumps the 3. Banks it home. Yes, the bank is always open. And it is 21-9. Now for Liberty, important that they get some points on the board here.
Yeah, quick 5-0 burst from Lauren Powell on the Cyclone side. Again, both teams having trouble scoring so far in this quarter, but
Hemming with a good look, missed it. Zanger right there to pick her up, and that may be the basket the Eagles need, John.
yeah, definitely getting the lid off the bucket here. Powell quickly back the other way, and she's going to get fouled, take a trip to the line.
Gibbs with the personal.
And I gotta mention something here. Myself and Lauren were in the gym working on free throws before the game today. I think we shot 30, and I think she missed 2, so hopefully we don't jinx it.
Yeah, I was going.
But
she made that one. Normally that's the kiss of death, John.
Definitely kicked my butt in the free throw shooting contest.
Second one is no good. And out of there with it, they bring it to Schutte. 22-11, Cyclones here, minute 15, clock rolling. First half, and Schutte right through like a knife through butter through the Cyclone defense. And that's going to make it a 22-13. We've got a timeout called by Liberty with 1:10 left to go here in this first half on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. You can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All of this for only $42 per year, or $38 per year if you're age 65 or older. You can also buy copies, which are available in select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street, Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School, open April through October. For all your fresh produce needs, be sure to follow their Facebook page for daily updates. And get ready, the 2023 growing season is coming up. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. And John, this may be a good chance to get Lauren Powell out of the game, go on one more offensive series, and then maybe work her out, get her a little bit of rest for the half. Make sure she doesn't pick up that fourth, because Powell's going to have to be very, very, very careful.
Yeah, and we've seen her play throughout the season, of course, and really she doesn't foul a whole lot for as aggressive as she is guarding the perimeter, but the refs definitely watching her a little bit closer in this one.
And Zanger, they with a steal on the inbounds, and another bucket cuts it down to a 7-point advantage. Bell with the inbounds over to Venonic. Up quickly to Powell. Powell the other way, and fouled. Gibbs is going to pick up her third. And Coach Fessler said you had one job. Free throw by Powell is good. So makes it 23-15. And now checking in the ball game, Addison Gibbs replacing Maddie Gibbs. Remember, they just have 2 on the bench. And Powell makes a pair. Makes it 24-17, or 24-15 rather. As the Cyclones, there's the Eagles working around here to Wheelock, looking in the lane, no. Cross courts it, and Schutte made a nice catch. They bring it out top. Zanger looking to drive down the lane, lost the hand on it, Dunn out of there with it. And brings it over to Vanonic to Sullivan. Sullivan with a 9-point advantage here for the Cyclones, 25 seconds, may want to work for one. Vanonic holds it out top. Tries to get away from control, dribbles it off the foot of Wheelock, and it is Cyclone basketball. They'll bring it in with 16 seconds left. Sullivan into Powell. Powell down to Dunn. Dunn for 13 seconds. Plenty of time here. Bell puts the 3 up. Sullivan the rebound. She'll put it up. Put it in. 26-15 now. Back they'll come the other. Schutte puts it up. No good at the end of 1/2 of play. 26-15, an 11-point advantage for the Cyclones of West Prairie at this home regional game. Let's take this time out on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
Skip adding detergent to every load with the Load and Go dispenser. Choose from models that hold enough for 20 to 40 loads. With select models even adding a second compartment for fabric softener. So clothes get the care they need, and you can skip adding detergent every time. The Load and Go dispenser, now available in 3 sizes. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And back here at West Prairie High School, we're going to go over some stats here at the halftime break. Starting off from the Cyclones, we're just going to work our way down here. Maddie Hood with 2 points. Grace Vanonic has 9. Got the Cyclones started off hot early in the first quarter. Madeline Sullivan has 2 points. Lauren Powell has 12, and that's how scoring rounds up for the Cyclones. Biggest thing for the Cyclones is got to cut down on the fouls. Powell and Hood both with 3 at the end of 1/2. Over for the Eagles, Cora Schutte has 2 points. Maddie Gibbs has 2 points. McKenna Zanger with 6. Anna Wheelock has 3. And Ava Hemming rounds out their 15 with 2 as well. And that's kind of how the scoring broke down. That's how we got to 26-15 here at the halftime break in Sciota.
And we'll step aside here. We'll drop the sound for just a moment. We'll be back with the rest of the game in just a couple moments. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We're back. I guess unceremoniously, but here we are.
Getting ready for half number 2.
And got to talk about a great job here by Grant Bland and the Cyclones so far in this ball game. And John, you set me up, and now I just realized you set me right against the hook.
I didn't set you there. You sat yourself there.
Oh. It will be Cyclone basketball to get things started. Maddie Hood, Lindsey Dunn, Grace Vanonic, Madeline Sullivan, and Lauren Powell. It will be Cora Schutte, J.C. Blair, joined out there by McKenna Zanger, and see if they changed it up a little bit. Nope, my Wheelock is out there as well. Inbounds come to Dunn. The safety valve back to Sullivan. They break it. It is 26-15 as we start this third quarter of play here between the Eagles and Madeline Sullivan. 3 on the way, just rattled out, and the rebound is pulled down there by Blair. As we, in this third quarter here, winner goes home for the season. The loser goes home. The winner goes to Brown County. Into Zanger in the lane, and she traveled. And now bringing inbounds will be Sullivan. Cyclones having a little trouble going. Get into Hood, who flashes to the post, or flashes to the corner. And Maddie Hood will just bring it up the court. That's kind of the way you take them out of pressure. To pick up her dribble a little early. To Vanonic. Vanonic, backdoor to Powell. What a pass. Powell couldn't get the layup to go, but man, what a great pass down there. Now here comes Schutte. Schutte right to the lane. Goes up. And the foul is going to be whistled on Dunn. She got in front. And Maddie Hood breathing a sigh of relief, Chuck.
Yeah.
She thought that was on her. Now, if you're a Liberty Lady Eagle fan, the one thing, I'm not sure how many, but they missed quite a few free throws in that first half. They've got to have some of them here in the second half. And that one dropped in by Schutte. Cuts it to 26-16. And Hemming will check in. We'll have a substitution as Wheelock goes out. And second one is good. Cyclones trying to get inbounds into Powell finally. So 26-16, they bring it to Dunn. Lindsey Dunn in the lane, dumps down for Hood. Hood puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebound by Dunn. Dunn trying to get out of there with it. And a jump ball. And now for the Cyclones, they've had some easy looks, John. Now they've just got to put them home.
Yeah, and that was really a good look down low. Dunn making the post-to-post pass over for Hood. Just missed the point-blank layup. No defender in front of her. Definitely one that she'd like to have back.
Schutte walks it across half court. Down the near side, picked up her dribble, comes out to Blair. Blair toes the three, no good. Vanonic out of there with 3. In fact, tied up. And it'll be Cyclone basketball. Sullivan going to bring it in. Into Powell, finally. Powell trying to get out of trouble, has it knocked away, but Sullivan able to pick it up. She's got a 3-on-2. Back to Powell, back to Hood. Hood, cross court to Vanonic. She'll dribble up, put it up, and put it in. And that's a big bucket to get the Cyclones going, John, in the second half.
Yeah, and we saw Vanonic in that first quarter was able to get the Cyclones on the ball early, get them on a roll, and definitely Vanonic jumping out here in the second half, breaking the into the scoring column.
8-17, and we've got a timeout call by Paul Fessler, and Liberty will step aside as well. Say thank you to some of our fine sponsors here, as if the cycle, well, really, no matter what, this is our last broadcast. John, I know you got some boy stuff you might be doing, but this will be it for me for the season, no matter what, because we would go down to Brown County. Of course, you can always check it out. I'm sure BC Hornet Sports will be there.
Yep.
But I did want to thank these fine folks, and folks, it would be great if you would go in, write them, call them, say, hey, thank you for sponsoring basketball here on TSSR Game Time Live. Located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974, Ryden Farm Supply can meet all of your needs for LP, seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in this area. Customer service, one of their specialties. Give them a call today, 309-772-3121. Macomb's original local sports bar is a sports corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. Again, please say fine thank you to all of our great sponsors here. I'll mention them when we get to the end of the broadcast. Zanger brings it into Schutte, and Zanger wasn't even looking when she was going to get it back because I think she'd have been open.
Yeah, she definitely would. Just stepped in right off that inbounds. Definitely could have been wide open for 3 there, but as you mentioned, just wasn't looking for it, and turnover comes to the Cyclones.
Hood on the run, goes up, block called. Hood hit the floor pretty hard there. And it's going to be on, and so that's a problem as Addie Gibbs, I believe. That is her third or fourth. That is her third. And Coach Grant Bland talking to Maddie Hood, making sure she's okay. And with concussion protocol, now the thing is, if they come over and bring somebody, look, you got to take her out. This Hood's going to stay in there. And so Grant Bland going to take a timeout, talk things over. And for decision time for Coach Paul Fessler, because they are going to have to do something different here, because that is 4 on Addie Gibbs, John.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that's 4 on Maddie Gibbs. Definitely one of the starters here tonight for this Liberty team. So got to figure out what you got to do with her. And again, Cyclones have done a much better job here in the second half playing without fouling. Only 1 team foul compared to 4 on the Eagles.
And just doing a little bit better moving, working around, doing a little better, keeping things going. And good job by Maddie Hood. You want to be aggressive. You want to be aggressive, and they're getting a secondary break off of the press, which is a lot of times what you hope to do, John. If you break the pressure, you're hoping to get that secondary break going through and getting yourself, an easy transition opportunity.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, just a great job by Hood being aggressive, putting her head down, going to the rim, taking some contact. Yeah, she hit the deck hard, but now she get a chance to get the Cyclones out to a little bit bigger lead here and at the free throw line.
Well, and the big thing is here, John, you got to know it's win or go home time. Mm-hmm. It is win or go home time, and the girls have got to, you got to play that way. You got to play that way every single second that you're in there. Free throw by Hood, no good. So she'll try to stretch it out to a 12-point lead, which would be West Prairie's largest. Goes to ready the second one. On the way, no good. The rebound, Zanger pulls it down. And out of there with it comes Schutte. She is at full speed, pulls it up, tried to throw it to Zanger, and once again, miscommunication, John.
Yeah, and here come the Cyclones quickly back the other way. Vanonik up to Powell, throws up the wild shot, can't get it to go.
Ball comes out to Vanonik. She'll pick up the wide open jumper. No good. Rebound, volleyballed out of there. And tapped out of bounds by Vanonik. Hemming will trying to head up the other way. Cyclones have had their opportunities to really blow this open, as has Liberty to get back in it. Zanger over to Blair. Blair pumps a wide open 3 long, and Schutte gets it, dribbles up, shoot shot, no good, and it'll be Liberty basketball.
Nice job by Lindsey Dunn down low, playing straight up defense on the drive. Nice job by Vanonik to tip it out of bounds.
Inbounds to Hemming, down in the corner. Schutte going to toe a 3. That one's short again. Rebound chased down. Powell has it in the corner, throws it up. We're done. And picked up there by Schutte, stolen and put in. Over to Vanonik. They'll go back the other way. Vanonik in the lane, has it swatted out of there. And Blair's out of there with it. 28-19, a 9-point advantage. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Out to Schutte in the lane to Wheelock. She'll dribble down, throw it out, and tipped out of bounds by Powell. Zanger will bring it inbounds from the sideline. Out to Schutte rather. To Zanger. Back to Schutte. They work it around, get it in the lane to Blair. Blair off the backboard and good, and suddenly we've got a big run here by the Eagles as they've made it 28-21.
Yeah, the Cyclones just leaving the door open for the Eagles to get back into this one. Eagles doing a nice job hitting some shots. Blair knocks down the nice high post jump shot.
And that foul, another foul on the Eagles. Actually, that is the first as Venonic has it in and tipped out of bounds. 28-21, the lead is down to 7. And I said each team's had chances to seize momentum in this game. Powell catches it at half court, looks to dribble on Schutte. Gets it out to Sullivan. Sullivan with the open shot. It is no good, and Venonic the rebound. She'll go up, put it in, and good. Big rebound and put back there, John.
Yeah, Venonic just in the right positioning there is able to secure the long rebound, get the putback, and as you mentioned, big bucket for the Cyclones, pushes this thing back out to 9.
4 minutes left to go here in this third quarter as Schutte brings it up to Hemming. She'll shoot 3, no good, but the rebound Blair's there, hit it off the bottom of the backboard. A tie-up, and it'll be possession error. It will be to the Cyclones. And now the Liberty still applying pressure here as they get it into Venonic. Venonic dribbles it. Now looks to take off on Hemming up the court. Wheels her way and out to Dunn. Dunn holds. Back to Venonic. And they'll go to work here. Venonic down the near side. Out to hands off to Dunn. Dunn looking to wheel over the top. Pushes it out for Sullivan. Sullivan in the lane. Shoots shot. Won't get it to go. And we'll see, that is the third on the team. Madeline Sullivan will go up to the free throw line, and now got to hit some of these.
Yeah, nice job by Sullivan being aggressive there. And we've seen the Cyclones, Sullivan and Venonic both doing a good job attacking the closeouts in the corner. As Sullivan knocks down the first free throw, gets the Cyclones back up to 10.
31-21. Second one's good. 32-21 here, lead for West Prairie, a 4-0 burst by them. Blair with 3 personal fouls now in the corner, 3:40 left to go in the third quarter. And Venonic able to tip the pass away. Three and a half left to go here in this third quarter. Out for Hemming. Hemming back for Schutte. Schutte lost the handle on it. And on the run, Powell bats it ahead of herself. Hemming giving her chase. Powell puts it up, missed it, rebound batted, and Wheelock's got it. Up to Blair. Blair drives, throws it off the backboard, no good, and then commits a foul behind her. And that's her 4th. And so getting up and getting in, Addison Gibbs will come in for Blair. That was her 4th on the team. And John, that's just pure frustration.
Yeah, definitely. Missed a chance at the bucket on the fast break. Couldn't get it to go. Came right back in. And as you mentioned, just frustration foul. It's as simple as that.
Hood with it inbounds over to Sullivan. Sullivan looking to work it up. Wheels over to Powell. Powell. Back to Sullivan. Sullivan dribbling around. Passes to Dunn. Dunn looks to drive in the lane and out to Venonic. Venonic, she'll dribble in, put the short shot up, won't get it to go. And out of there comes Schutte. They will push it up. Schutte looping over to Hemming. Hemming out to Zanger. She'll put up the 3. Got it. Big bucket by Liberty. And cuts the lead to 8. Sullivan brings it. 2.5 left to go here in this third quarter. Out to Dunn. Gives it back to Sullivan. Sullivan open for the 3. Puts it up, no good. And the rebound tapped is Zanger down with it. It's an 8-point lead, 32-24. Schutte driving lane, goes up, And a block called on Maddie Hood. That is her fourth. And Schutte is down. And Schutte says she's okay. Lauren Bell will check in. And Schutte at the free throw line. She will shoot 2. A little surprised they didn't call the trainer out there.
Yeah, I was going to say, just under the basket by herself, nobody really around her.
And makes the first. That'll be the fourth on Hood. And this leads down to 32-25, back to 7. Ready's the second one. Up and on the way with it. It is good. So Liberty has pulled to within 6 as the pass by Sullivan blocked. They work it up to Vinonik. Vinonik's got a 3-on-2 if she wants it. Slows. Works here with 2:12 left to go in the third quarter. Sullivan to Vinonik out top with it. Backs it on out of there. And a man-to-man put on here by Liberty. Cyclones trying to do some things to penetrate it. And now Powell will hold. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan looking on the outside. Comes over to Vinonik. Vinonik in the lane. Sullivan. Sullivan will spin. Over to Vinonik. Out to Sullivan. They're just kind of working around. Schutte with a near steal. Powell able to rake it back from her. Pulls it out to Sullivan. Holds on. Oh, well out of there. Minute 34. The Cyclones taking the air out of the ball. Vinonik to the lane. Loops it up. No good. The rebound. Powell. A nice tap in by Bell. Powell has to save it in. Here comes Hemming with it. Hemming, we're going to lob it up to Schutte. Goes up. Layup is good, and it's down to 4.
Said Cyclones starting to struggle here in the third quarter, definitely leaving the door open for Liberty to get it back into this one. And get back into this one they are. Lead down to 4.
Powell wheeling around up top. Out to Bell. Bell pumps the 3. No good. And the rebound comes out at 32-28. Sullivan, actually, she and Wheelock were after it. And they're going to say it is Cyclone basketball. Grant Bland will take a timeout. He wants to talk things over. 32-28, 4-point lead for West Prairie here. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
And we are back here. Paul Fessler talking to his crew. They've chipped a lot. They've been down by as many as 12 and have gotten themselves back in. In fact, right now they are on a 7-0 run. Got to get themselves back into this ball game. And for the Cyclones, they've got to find a way to score. They've had multiple opportunities, just haven't been able to get anything going.
Yeah, Cyclones only 6 points in this quarter compared to 13 by Liberty.
Cyclones looking to bring it inbounds, and 5-second violation as they couldn't get it in.
Here you go, under a minute. Liberty with a chance to get this a little bit closer. Definitely playing with the momentum on their side right now. 3 in the corner.
Wheelock no good. Powell out of there with it. And she'll take off up the court. Avoids Hemming. Out of Venonic. Grace Venonic holds the first hit. Lauren Bell out to Sullivan. Sullivan in the lane for Powell. Powell going up with it. Gets a big bucket, and that is a humongous bucket for the Cyclones. Makes it 34-28. Schutte back the other way into the corner. Brings it to Hemming. Out for Zanger. Over to Schutte. She'll fake. Come down the sideline. Out to Wheelock. Gives the pass. And now brings it over to Zanger. Zanger working it around up top. As they'll come down to the corner now. Wheelock in the paint. Addison Gibbs nearly had it poked away to Schutte with 5 with 4. Schutte wheeling around. I don't know if she realized or not. She did. And that, at the end of the third quarter of play, it'll be 34-28 as we head to the fourth quarter of play. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Find the right cycle combinations. Simply choose what and how you want to wash and dry to help keep clothes looking their best. Intuitive Controls, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Well, and John, as we head to the fourth quarter of play, you're going to see who has anything left in the tank. As you're going to see how much they have left here. As the Cyclones will start Maddie Hood, Lauren Powell, Lindsey Dunn, Grace Venonic, and Madeline Sullivan. It'll be J.C. Blair, Cora Schutte, joined out there by Maddie Gibbs, McKenna Zanger, and Anna Wheelock. And Blair, also Gibbs, have 4 personals, so they're going to have to be a little careful. And she gets trapped down the corner into Gibbs in the lane. Gibbs out, and Wheelock went to pass it and just traveled. So now we'll see the Cyclones will all have to break the pressure here of into Hood. Hood looking up the court, looks to dribble on Gibbs. Backs herself out of there, hands it off to Sullivan. Sullivan breaks pressure now. 34-28 lead here for the Cyclones. Dunn dribbling down out to Sullivan. Sullivan got to get it somewhere as the count going, and we've got a bump foul whistled on Wheelock. That'll be the 5th on the team. Sullivan going to work here. As they did not find Powell, they threw it, and Sullivan throws it away to Blair. Blair dribbling up the court. A little collision there, no call. Gibbs put it up. She'll be fouled, and if that's Hood, she's fouled out. And Maddie Hood has fouled out of the ball game. And that'll put up to the free throw line. That will put Maddie Gibbs. Maddie Hood fouls out. And then Gibbs at the free throw line. Gibbs and Blair both have 4 as well. Gibbs' free throw is no good. 34-28 lead here for the Cyclones. And Gibbs makes the second, so draws them a little closer. Inbounds to Venonic. Venonic quickly up the near side or the far sideline. Picks up her dribble, needs help here. Flips it to Powell. Powell working with 7 minutes left. Puts it on the floor, looks to drive lane, goes up with it. Shot bounces in and good. And John, that was one of those no, yes. Gibbs shoots shot, but they broke the pressure. Liberty back the other way. And if you're the Cyclones, John, that can't happen.
No, got to get back on defense. Got to lay it all out on the court. Again, loser goes home in this one. Both teams need to put everything they can into this final quarter.
Sullivan, Veronica rebound. She'll be fouled, and if that's Gibbs or Blair, they're gone.
Be interesting to see who this goes on.
That'll mean Gibbs is fouled out. Lauren Veronica up, or Grace Veronica is up. And they're going to put Taylor Phelps will come in. So we'll bring in. That's a big loss if Grace Veronica cannot come back into the ball game. It is 36-31. Inbounds, Bell to Phelps. Taylor Phelps out to Dunn. Dunn holds, comes out to Sullivan. Sullivan 3, no good, and the rebound pulled down there. And out of there with it come the Eagles. Schutte tries to save it in. Hemming fouled by Sullivan as Taylor Phelps was just so surprised that it came back to her. And so Liberty, it'll be ball out of bounds for the Liberty Eagles. Janie Phelps will check in. She replaces Taylor Phelps. 6:25 left to go here in the game. 36-31 lead for West Prairie into Wheelock. She'll whip it out to Hemming, partially blocked by Sullivan. Schutte in the corner. Cross court to Blair. Blair dribbling down. Spins it on out of there, wants to come back. Lost the handle on it, out to Zanger. Zanger got it tied up, and now Bell out of there with it to Dunn, to Sullivan. Cyclones going back the other way here. High drama here at West Prairie as Lindsey Dunn with it to Powell. Powell looking to dribble, pulls up for the sidewise 3. Rebound tipped around. It's off of Liberty and out of bounds to West Prairie. 5:53, John. World of time left. And they are working on Grace Veronica, see if they can get her back in here.
I think she re-aggravated that ankle that she's had some issues with throughout some of the season.
Into Dunn, out to Bell. Bell put up the 3. It is no good. Nearly got her own rebound, and now a race with it. Wheelock in the lane. Shot is good. 36-33. Sullivan across the timeline to Bell. Bell picked up her dribble, tried to get to Sullivan, off her hand and out of bounds, and they turn it over. Zanger will trigger it into Schutte. 5:20 left to go here in the game. Blair with it in the corner, heaves the 3. It is no good, hit the rim. And now they'll get it out of there to Schutte. She'll toe another one. It won't go, and the rebound, Dunn's down with it. Dunn out to Powell. Powell ahead of the pack, goes to drive in, lays it up and lays it in. Another huge basket here in this game, John.
Yeah, Powell did a nice job getting out, getting ahead of the defense. Sullivan did a nice job spotting her along the sideline. As you mentioned, big bucket there to get the Cyclones lead out a little bit further as the Eagles are knocking on the door here.
They dribble down, come to Wheelock in the corner, jumped at by Dunn, rebound Bell, and the pass to Powell. Powell's going to get out of there with it. 4.5 left to go. Again, a world of time left in this ball game. Lindsey Dunn, though, wide open in the lane. She'll go up and be fouled. Now remember, numbers are an issue for these Liberty Lady Eagles. That is the 6th on them. One more and be one in bonus. And that's 3 on Wheelock. Second one's no good, or first one's no good. Raise the second one. It is no good, and Dunn came across the free throw line. So Liberty will get it back here. And now here comes Liberty. 4:25 left to go in the ball game. Over to Schutte. Schutte holds on to Blair. Blair going to load the long 3, no good, and the rebound tipped out of bounds. It is off of Liberty. And out. Cyclones setting up here into Powell. Powell ahead of the pack, racing up the court, looking to go in the lane, puts it up, no good. Phelps with the rebound, out to Dunn. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan nearly fell down with it, gets herself out there, out to Phelps. Phelps to Powell. Powell driving the lane, shoot, shot, and good.
Powell with another huge bucket here for the Cyclones. As we saw Von Onyx out, he's the next leading scorer other than Powell, so definitely have to carry some of the scoring load here in the fourth quarter.
And out to Schutte up top for the three. That one no good. Dunn snaps up the board. Couple of dribbles, hands off to Sullivan, and the Cyclones will go back the other way. Count down to 3.5 left to go in the game. Dunn with it. Wheels into the lane to Sullivan. Over to Phelps. Phelps looking around here. Over to Bell. Out to Sullivan. To Bell. Over to Phelps. Wheel into Powell. Powell. Trying to get out of traffic. There are a lot of people up there. And on the sideline, tied up. Is jump ball. Possessioner will say West Prairie. So down to 3:11. Dunn. Look at inbound. Sullivan. Powell lost the handle on it. Hemming comes out of there with it. And she'll bring it to Zanger. They walk it up here out to Blair. To Zanger. Zanger in the corner for Wheelock. She'll toe the three. It is no good. And the rebound, Bell in the corner to Sullivan. Sullivan quickly up the court. Had Powell if she wanted her. Powell will hold on. 2:45 left to go in the game. As Schutte comes up, Powell breaks free, goes up, gets the bucket. Cyclones put it out to 9 now, 2.5 left. Again, I've said it 4 times now, world of time left in this ball game. Blair almost pulled the trigger. They get it to Schutte. Schutte back to Blair. She'll toe that one. It is no good. And the rebound, Phelps had it for a second. Couldn't get it. Wheelock pulls it down. Out to Hemming. Hemming three. No good. Powell the rebound. And she'll get out of there with it. And she's... And the officials are deciding whether Lauren Powell called the timeout or it was locked up. It is a jump ball, possession arrow to Liberty. So we'll have a timeout anyway, as Liberty calls the timeout. And John, why don't you go ahead and give folks a run through of the stats?
We'll just do the stats here in the second half. For the Cyclones, Venonic has 4 points in the second half. Madeline Sullivan knocked down a pair of free throws. She's got 2. Lauren Powell has 10. She's led the way here for the Cyclones in the second half. Over for the Eagles, Cora Schutte has been big for them. Let's see, 4 points, 6 points, 8 points for her, 4 of those courtesy of the free throw line. McKenna Zanger knocked down a 3 here in the second half, and Wheelock is the other scorer with 2.
And we'll see here now, foul situation. West Prairie in the 1-and-1. And the problem is, John, for Liberty, they don't have enough people to give a lot of fouls. Schutte in the lane, shoots it up, can't get it to go. Bell had it, they get it to Zanger. She'll shoot and be up there for 2. I have a feeling I know who did that. Yep, I did. But I will say it this way, John. It might be good to try to make Liberty earn them from the free throw line. Better 15 than 2. And Zanger misses the first one. Better 15 feet than 2 feet.
Exactly. Definitely not a terrible spot to foul. Of course, you'd like to just play straight up defense and not send them to the line anyway, but.
And missed the second as well, but they got their own rebound. Wheelock falls down with it to Zanger. Zanger dribble into the corner. Wheels it out of there, comes to Wheelock, and we've got, they're going to call a, thought maybe they had a jump ball, but no, they're going to whistle a foul. And as the 6th on the team, it'll be on Madeline Sullivan, be ball inbounds, won't be free throws. Zanger looks. Back to Zanger, and Schutte threw it so hard right through the legs of Zanger. And those two have had a really hard time getting connected.
Yeah, especially it seems like mostly right off that inbounds play. We saw another pass earlier in this game. A little bit different situation, passing in from the sidelines. Zanger wasn't able to hang on to a pass, and that one just went right through the wickets.
So a 9-point lead for West Prairie with 1:50 left. Into Lindsey Dunn, back to Sullivan. Nobody picked up Dunn. You want to work here. Sullivan working out top, has to break the count. Wide drop it to Powell and Lane. We've got a push in the back on Schutte. Or I guess being the Super Bowls tomorrow, pass interference. And that will be 1 and bonus the rest of the way for West Prairie. So Powell will be at the free throw line. That is the second on Schutte. Free throw is good. So 43-33, back to a double-digit lead here. Second one on the way, it is good as well. So back to an 11-point advantage. And so if you're counting at home, and I hope you are, that is an 8-0 run since the Liberty Lady Eagles got within 3. And the ball tipped out. Powell gathers it on the sideline. And we've got a timeout called by Grant Bland and the Cyclones here. 44-33. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And the Cyclones here, it is Powell, Bell, Phelps, Dunn, and Sullivan on the court for. Liberty, it is Zanger, Schutte, Blair, Wheelock, and also Hemming. Now again, remember, one Gibbs is out. Maddie Gibbs is fouled out. Lauren Bell dribbling in the backcourt to Dunn, and Dunn will wheel it out of there. Dunn looking to get across half court here, comes across now, and goes to hold it up. Picks her up her dribble, comes to, and gets fouled by Zanger, and you can see maybe what Coach Pessler is going to try to do. And on Zanger, we'll see what that is, the 8th on the team. Or it's actually the 9th. One more and it'll be double bonus. Sullivan free throw is good. So it makes it 45-33. Second one is good. Madeline Sullivan makes a pair. And so it makes it 46-33. And 46-33 here. They bring it to Wheelock. She'll shoot shot. It will not go. Rebound fought for. Powell pulls it out of there. And Powell off to the races. Bounces to Sullivan. Lays it up. Lays it in and good. And the Cyclones have made it 48-33. 15-point lead. Over to Blair. She'll kick the three. Another rebound by Lauren Bell off to Sullivan. Sullivan got to be bumped and fouled by Zanger in the backcourt. So keeping track at home, that is a 12-0 run now by the Cyclones. Since it was 36-33, Addison Gibbs will check in. We'll see who she replaces. That is the third foul on Zanger. It is double bonus. Free throw on the way. It is good. Schutte will come out. The lone senior for this Liberty squad. 42 seconds left to go in the game. Second one on the way. And a free throw is good. 50-33, the Cyclones with the lead here. And now down with it, Zanger in the corner to Blair. Blair wheeling back to Zanger. Zanger working the near side. Blair holding, bounces into Gibbs. Gibbs nearly lost it. Out to Zanger. Zanger in the lane. Shot is no good, and the rebound. Addison Gibbs out of there with it. She is tied up. Possession arrow says West Prairie. Mason Shipman and Taylor Phelps will check in. Lauren Bell and Lauren Powell will go out. And now on the way, it is to Shipman. Shipman will walk it up here with 18 seconds left. She'll come across the timeline, and Shipman just going to stand there and hold it as they count it down here. And the Cyclones, for the first time in quite some time, ladies and gents, a win in the regional. How about that? 50-33. They will come away with the win here, and the Cyclones head to a date with Brown County. And I get to stop by Dorothy's Market. How about that, John? We'll have you total up your stats there for the game, and we'll go through this here as the Cyclones again will play 6 p.m. on Monday night as they will play the Brown County Lady Hornets. We'll see how that turns out. It is the postseason, John. You just never, ever know how things turn out. But a game one at 6, it'll be at 6 p.m. against Brown County, and we will not be there for the broadcast. And for me, this kind of wraps things up. I'm kind of stalling, if you can't tell, while John's doing all the figuring. We're going to take this commercial timeout. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
But we're back here at TSSR Game Time. 50-33, the Cyclones come away with the win here. John, drop a little knowledge on us.
All right, we'll start with the Liberty Eagles and the losing effort. Of course, their season would come to an end here today. J.C. Blair had 2 points in this contest. Cora Schutte had 9. She's tied for the most with McKenna Zanger, who also had 9. Maddie Gibbs had 5 points of her own. Anna Willock had 5. And Ava Hemming rounds out their scoring with 2. For the Cyclones, it was Powell leading the way in the second half and in the first half as well. 24 points she finished with. Not a bad night for Powell. Madeline Sullivan knocked down 6 free throws, 6 for 6 at the free throw line there in the second half. She finished with 10 points. Grace Venonic had 14 up until the point where she unfortunately got hurt and it was subbed out for the remainder of the game. Maddie Hood had 2 points. We saw that at the beginning of the game, and that's how the scoring breaks down there. And really, the Cyclones, after Venonic went down, went on a big run, was able to extend the lead back out. And
actually finished the game, John, on a 14-0 run to finish the game.
Exactly, and just the way that some of these players got up off the bench, filled in for Venonic's role, they did a really, really great job, you have to say.
Yep, and that's going to wrap it up from here. For John Burton, I'm Greg Phelps saying so long from West Prairie. Thanks for tuning us in. Thanks for turning us on.